Isn't he so cute? Are we so cute together? I don't know. So someone says the zoo, the aquarium, library. Oh yeah, the library. We could do the library. Hey guys, it's JC's Reborn Journey here. Don't think I forgot that, do you? I just love talking to him. He's so cool. Love talking to you guys. And what are we gonna talk about? Who knows? You wanna know? Alright, so what this video is about is we were gonna talk a little bit about transition, dysphoria, as best I can to you about like things that I feel like more dysphoric about, or how I'm feeling about things. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because I know I'm not alone. I know that there might be other people out there that might feel the same way I do. And you may not be in your transition yet, but this is how I'm feeling during my start of my transition. So, I can say foremost, okay, is I am not, how do I say this? It's about sex. So if you can't handle about talking about sex, don't watch this part. But I'm not going into detail about a lot of things, so it's not to worry. Like, no, you're not going to see any body parts, or we're not going to talk about anybody's body parts or anything like that. But, starting testosterone, okay? And, for me, so one, being transgender, for me, sex was not really something that came easy to me, or felt comfortable with. And with whoever, it didn't matter who it was hard for me. You know, even in relationships, or people wanting stuff from me and feeling really, having a lot of anxiety about that. So, sex never really was an easy thing for me. Also, childhood, I'll just say childhood sex trauma, we'll just say, has also made it very difficult for me to think sex in a good way. When I was basically told that that was very dirty and bad and whatever. So I don't want to go into too much detail about my private childhood whatever, but some of my friends do know. When you become my friend, I don't mind sharing stuff like that, but I'm not going to do that on camera, especially if family can see, because it's, you know, some family doesn't know, and I'd like to leave it that way for now until I write my book. But anyways, so sex in general has never been a very easy thing for me. I think a lot of it does have to do with my dysphoria or transgender. It does intensify it, but also with the other thing doesn't make it very easy. So my sex drive was never anything. It was more of a, don't touch me, don't feel comfortable with my body, I don't have those feelings. It's all that. And so for me, starting T is very difficult because I did know that your sex drive was going to get more intensified, or different things were going to happen in that aspect, but it's like crazy for me. I think for me, it actually makes me feel very uncomfortable. Not saying it makes me feel more dysphoric. I mean, parts of it does, but I think it's more because I think sex is dirty and a bad thing. And I mean, I don't even feel comfortable like touching my own self. And I think it's for a couple of different reasons. And one is because I am the wrong sex. So just being in the wrong body in itself is very difficult for me in that sexual way. So yeah, I think that part of the past and my transgender just makes it, intensifies, you know, oh my god, this is a feeling that I have, that is a bad feeling to have, instead of for everybody else, it's a good feeling to have, and they enjoy that feeling, and it's something I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to enjoy. But I can tell you that with starting testosterone, it is definitely enhanced that aspect of my body that I already don't feel comfortable about, and so I am struggling in that aspect of things. Also, I never really cared or thought about sex. That wasn't really something that, it was a little part of my life, but it wasn't really a majority part of my life. I could care less, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like a teenage boy right now, and all you think about is sex and food and more sex, and it's distracting. Like, that's how much you think about it, and it's just like, I feel uncomfortable and dirty for even thinking about it. So I think for me, it's just a little bit more difficult than a normal person who didn't have abuse probably in their life, or maybe felt a little bit more comfortable with their own body. Even if you are dysphoric or are transgender, I just think that I just got a double whammy in that aspect of things. So I'm done talking about that. I just want to let you know. Oh, on top of that, though, I did mention in my other video, you do grow down there, and that is very, for me, more uncomfortable than maybe some other people. But it's like things are getting in the way when you're walking, and it's like, what the hell? And it's just different. It's more stimulated down there, and it's just like, what the hell? I just have to use the bathroom. Why are you acting out? So, yeah, it's just a little bit more uncomfortable. You do grow down there. I didn't know you grew this fast. Like, I didn't know it started this early in your transition, but it is what it is. It's not going to probably stop for a good year or two. I don't know. I don't actually want to know. I'm just going to take it as it comes and deal with it. So, it does add a little bit of dysphoria down there, but maybe once it's done doing its thing, maybe I'll feel a little better. I don't really know. I'm concerned, though, that after top surgery I may feel more dysphoric down there, but for me, I'm keeping all options on the table. But we're talking a lot of surgeries. So we're taking one surgery at a time. Top surgery, for me, is the most important surgery that there is for me for my transition. I will then reassess. I want to see how well I do. I want to see if there's complications. I want to see how much pain I'm in before I make the decision to go to the next stage. But right now I'm keeping everything on the table. I think my mom's a little concerned, maybe. I mean, obviously mommies are going to be concerned about everything that their child do, but I could see it in my mom's face today when I was talking to her about the bottom surgery. I said, I am keeping it on the table, but we have to take one step at a time. I'm not making any final decisions. And I need to even know if I can handle top surgery. Because I was telling her, I said, I couldn't even handle my, when I had my gallbladder out, I was just like, how am I even going to handle top surgery? This is really painful. So it depends on how well my body can handle the pain, basically. So if it makes me mentally ill, is it worth the risk? That's what I mean. Like, I definitely know that I'm going to need a full hysterectomy, but would I stop there? Or would I keep going? So it's also learning and educating yourself and understanding what bottom surgery really is all about before actually making your final decision. So right now I'm keeping it on the table. I think that I would honestly need the full surgery to feel comfortable with my own self. Even if that meant that it could kill me. Like, I really think that for me, I would have to go all the way. I just couldn't do half or some. I would need to just do the whole thing. So that's where I stand right now. Most likely I will end up doing it. But we'll, like I said, take it step by step. So some things that I'm feeling really dysphoric and uncomfortable about, and I think it's part of just being transitioning. So women are supposed to shave their legs and their arms, and for me, I feel really uncomfortable right now because I've decided that if I'm transitioning, why am I going to be shaving or doing the girl things that girls do? So I don't know, maybe some people that are transgender don't do those things. For me, like, hair is really an issue, like, for me. I've always, like, just really not liked hair anywhere, and I do understand that transitioning, I'm gonna have a lot of hair everywhere, and, that's also something that I'm feeling a little dysphoric about, because the only place I really care to have hair is my face, and, you know, that little tummy hair and stuff, and that's only if my stomach looks nice. Like, I don't know, I feel like just hair, for me in general, doesn't matter where it is, or where it's growing, or where it isn't growing, or whatever, or what you're shaving or not shaving, or whatever. I think just hair in general for me is hard to handle. I'm not somebody that likes hair, but maybe when the hair starts more looking like how it should be on my body as a guy, maybe I won't, you know, care as much. Like, I don't, hey man, look, I look like a guy. Like, that hair there makes me look like a guy. But definitely having, you know, mixed feelings about different. I know that in a year when we talk about all these things, I'm gonna be like, dude, it's so cool. Like, look at this, I got hair here, and I got hair here, and blah, 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 and yeah, so, I know that things are gonna change, and I can't really worry too much about certain things, but at the same token, I don't care to share them either. Like, I think it's a good way to document how you feel now, because in a year you're going to feel different, and we can talk about these things, and people can see how you're like, yeah, you know, you felt this way a year ago, but you don't feel that way now, and that's really cool, and, you know, that kind of stuff. So a lot of it's documenting things and how you feel and do and stuff. But, so another thing that makes me feel really dysphoric, I mean, obviously, still having boobs, that makes me dysphoric every day in itself, but it's also the fat. So I feel fatter than I probably am. I probably see myself fatter than I really am. And I'm also noticing you gotta really look at, like, photos. So I took some pictures off of one camera or phone, I took pictures off of another, and I compared the two together, and I'm starting to notice little changes. So, like, even in the stomach, there's little changes that are happening, and I'm like, okay, alright. So there are some things that I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Another thing for me, just so you guys have a heads up here, so for me, I always say to people, I feel like a short, fat, retarded person. Now, I'm very short. I'm 5 feet. And testosterone is not going to make me grow. I mean, if they made me grow maybe a half an inch or an inch, if I'm lucky. I know that I'm going to be a very, very short dude. I don't even care at this point. Like, I can't fix that. There's nothing I can do about that. Whatever it is, what it is, right? I would like my hands to change a little bit and the feet to change, and that's probably going to happen, hopefully for a good thing and not a bad thing. And I also know the facial structure is going to change. It gets more square or something. I don't really know. I just really hope that the cheeks aren't there as much, and this part right here. But here's the thing that I don't know if you guys realize about me. So I don't know if I look good here, like if it looks normal here. But for me, what my dysphoria is that I feel like I have a really small head on a big body. Now, I know that it may look a little better once I go through top surgery and I have a little less gut and some distributions happen. But I mean, I feel fat. I look fat everywhere. I feel fat. I am noticing some things changing up here, which is pretty cool. I don't know about the neck though. I feel the neck trying to do something. So like just feeling your neck, you can actually feel. It just feels different. I don't know how to explain it. Like I feel these. I don't know. I also have my throat is hurting me because of my voice box. And I'm actually going to the doctor next Friday. So I'm actually going to go there because I haven't done what I was told, which is not to talk and not to sing and not to do all these things. And I just need to make sure that I'm not actually damaging my voice box now. I mean, how do I not talk? I love to talk. I always talk. But he's saying, like, you can't talk loud. Like, don't try and shout to the person in the other room. So singing in the car is really not a good idea. Singing at home is not really a good idea. But I love to sing. And you know what? It was helping me with my grieving. It was helping me do what I needed to do. And I would explain that. Like, listen, man, I just lost my husband. You know, this is what I needed to do. They did know that I was going to start tea. And I'll ask him if he thinks my voice, you know, and I'll tell him too, like, I think that because my voice box is hurting right now, usually it goes deeper a little bit, so I don't know if it's the tea or not. So I can be honest with you, I don't know if some people are hearing a change. I'm not really hearing a change yet. I am noticing, like, I can go a little deeper with talking, but I want to be very, very, very deep when I talk. Like, I need that guy voice, and we'll hear that eventually. It's funny because some people that I see that are actually transitioning, their voice keeps on dropping. Like, from 0 to 1 year is like a total different. And some people are even still dropping at 2 and 3 years. So I'm excited for that. Like, I'm excited to finally sound like a man. Yes, like a man. You know, and I can't wait for facial hair to grow. I did ask the doctor about that whatever it was called. He doesn't think so, but someone did use it, and it did work for them, and I'm just going to take it by ear. I don't really care for hair to start growing until after top surgery, and I think some people, they don't really start getting facial hair until like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months anyways, and it depends on the person, so I'm not really too worried about it. It will happen when it happens. That's really all I can tell you about that. I mean, I'm gonna have the rest of my life to shave my face and do what I want with the whatever, so I can't really worry too much about it. I can tell you that the acne part of transitioning concerns me. I am already starting to see a dermatologist to try and prevent, or when I'm in these situations, to help me with that. Just found out that one of the medicines that he was prescribing for me wasn't covered by insurance, so I'm hoping they can get that resolved so I can start taking that. Didn't really like the kind of wash stuff that he wanted me to use on my face, but I'm gonna have to just go with what he wanted me to use. For now, I'm just finishing up what I have, and then I'll buy the stuff. So, you know, it's not easy when you don't have money. But, yep. I think that's really it. I don't know what else. I mean, I'm dysphoric everywhere, and I'm dysphoric every day. My teeth also is another part of my dysphoria. So, having my teeth out, I can't handle now, and when I have the teeth in, it does this up here, like it changes the facial structure. So I'm not sure if I really like, I don't know how to explain it. Like I feel or look more like a girl, and I don't like that. I do notice, like I can notice the jawline is starting to change a little bit. At least on this side. I notice it more on this side. Because, I don't know, this part right here is like fat. What the hell? When I go to the doctor, though, I'm going to mention it to the ear, nose, and throat doctor because I want to make sure that this is not something other than fat. If this is just fat, I can see it. But if this is like a... Because I used to have like a... I don't know what you call it. But this could be something different. And if this is something else, then let's figure out what it is so we can get rid of it. I don't know how to explain it. Or is this inflammation from, you know, this? Like, I just don't know. I don't know how to explain it, talk about it, but I've lost 16 pounds and it's still not going away. It does look a little better, though, than before, so I guess I can't really complain too much, but I really need to start swimming again just so I can start losing more weight, because if I don't lose the weight that I need to lose, I am going to be so just so angry and upset, and I'm gonna blame myself for it. And when I blame myself for stuff, that is not a good thing, because it may not be a very safe way to do things. And then when I hear it from the surgeon, I'm really not gonna be happy. So, like I said, I got 4 months to get my act in gear. I don't care about back pain. If I need to take something for the back pain, so like if I actually have to do the needle in the back, then so be it. Let's do it so we can move on. And as long as I'm not feeling pain, I'm good to go. Let's do this. You know, I've noticed just starting to take the nappers again, I could finally sit a little bit more comfortably. I mean, I've been sitting here for probably like 2 hours talking to you guys, so definitely better than before, but it's still like, you know, and I think once the bed comes here on Saturday, we're gonna do much better, don't you think? So yeah, it is what it is. If you guys watch my videos and you're watching them because I'm transgender and wondering what's going on right here, well, this is Javian. I am a reborn in silicone baby artist, and my YouTube channel does have some of these guys on there. I thought I would do a transgender video. He was right next to me, hanging out with me, because he's my buddy, so but yeah, that was all I'm gonna say about that. But yeah, you know, it's part of my YouTube channel. So actually, it was a big part of my YouTube channel until I expanded. So with the testosterone, though, I've noticed that like certain feelings have changed. So like my anxiety is different. I noticed my anxiety toned down. I mean, I did have to stop doing some things in regards to the passing of Dennis, but you know, and his stuff, and that was really hard, and I think it's going to be really hard, and I think I may just have to wait until after top surgery's over and I'm recovered before I even think about that stuff again. I don't know. I mean, winter's coming up. Does it really make sense at this point? I know it's money, but at the same token, you know, maybe it would be better if I waited until the spring. I just don't even know. I don't want to stress my family out about it. I understand it's $125 I don't have to spend every month, but to spend $125 to not stress about something, is that worth it? I just don't know. And to know that when you do, like, I don't know yet. I have no idea. And I can't really worry about things I can't focus on. And it's not fair to make that somebody else's problem just to not have to have your storage unit. So I would end up having stuff at my mom's house, and they have enough stuff going on right there. So I just think it might just be better to just leave that stuff there, do what I can do, you know. I don't know, I may not explain it, but you know, and the other thing too is I think like my dysphoria has gotten a lot worse since my partner died. So since Dennis died, my dysphoria just got really, really bad. Like, really bad. Like, I was suicidal bad because it was so bad. So I knew I had to transition, and quickly. And I didn't want his death to be in my way. So finally, after 4 months, we're finally there. And everything's happening. Top surgery scheduled. Name change is done. Just have to now change everything else, including the gender marker and all that other crap. Like, what the heck? I don't know. I mean, like today, I went and I mean, some people have a problem looking at themselves when they shower. I don't really focus on my body when I'm showering. I just try and enjoy the shower itself. I wasn't always like that, but ever since Dennis died, I've been really trying to use that as a relaxation tool. And today I took 2 showers because I just felt like it. And I don't normally do that, but I don't know how to explain it, but I just did. So the one thing I was noticing is that, like, that fat that I was talking about, it's everywhere, and you're seeing it everywhere, and you're just like, ugh, it's everywhere. So it's just a motivator for me. Like, I'm not going, oh my god, it's fat, and blah, 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 and there's nothing I can do to fix it. Of course there is. So, and I was very adamant about it with my PT guy, and I'll tell him again tomorrow. I'm just like, dude, you don't understand how motivated. I'm like, what you see and what I see are 2 different things, dude. I'd be like, I can actually see myself with no clothes on, and it is not pretty. Like, I don't like it. I don't want to like it. It motivates me more to exercise and lose weight. What I get angry about with myself, though, is why didn't this make you feel this way a long time ago? Like, why weren't you exercising this whole entire time? Why wasn't this part of your life? Just so you know, guys, I've had exercise as a goal since I was a teenager. So why is it that just now, at 36, I'm like, oh yeah, now I can do it? It's like 36 years too late, man. I'm not saying I can't do it. I'm just saying it kind of gets harder when you get older. Like, if I was always fit and I was always working out, I would not, in a way, I wouldn't even need PT. I might, I don't know. The other thing, too, with me being transgender, I think I kind of, like, probably caused some of these issues because of that, because I was always having to try and be the guy and prove myself that not to prove to me, but to prove to other people that I'm a guy, because I used to do, like, masonry, for example, and that's a guy job. Alright, and I remember this one job that we were on. I mean, the guy, the owner, I try to act and be like the rest of the guys, and you're a girl. No, I don't want you using, I call them boy toys. So, like, I can never use a tractor, trailer, whatever you use, the big boy toys. Anything with a drill, like, what are you talking about? Like, I can do that job just like you can do the job. Why do you have a problem because of the sex that I was born with that I'm not even related to? So, I think I had to prove myself more and show that I am one of the guys and that I can lift 50 pounds of, what the hell do they call that stuff? Mortar. So there were 50-pound bag mortars that I had to continue to carry, and just all different kinds of guys who want to do, oh, let me get that no, I could do it, dude. So I always had to show off and show that I was strong and muscular and just like one of the guys. So But here I am, really only a 5 foot tall in a female body. Not saying I am female, I'm just saying that in a female body. So, I mean, some things that has happened in life, like I did fall on ice a few times. I've had my share of falls. I've fallen when I was a teenager, you know, right on my back quite a few times. So any of these incidences could have affected it. Even just standing for 6 hours or 8 hours or 16 hours. I used to have to do that for work actually most of my jobs required me to stand all the time. So who knows why I'm in the shape I'm in. Like, I can't even just imagine. I can tell you, though, that when I did fall on my back, it was, I'm going to take a guess and say within the last 5 years, I did fall on ice. So I was older, and I did fall, like, right on the bottom of my back. So it was, like, almost like my butt and my back or whatever. So I'm not surprised, because I didn't start going to the doctor until after that incident. So I also wouldn't be surprised if that caused more back, like the bulge disc in my back. And then in the last year, I mean, I moved twice. I did all the packing, did all the unpacking, did all the packing again, did all the unpacking. On top of that, I was taking care of a sick man and had to lift his body weight. So he went from 240 to 160, and I had to lift him all the time. And the last 3 weeks or 4 weeks, I had to lift his whole entire body weight, like it was dead weight. So, it's yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but, so I could have done anything in the matter of this year or before, so, but anyways, I probably forget what I was even trying to say or talk about, but I think you guys get the idea, but I am motivated, at least now. I can't fix the past. I can only fix the future and what it holds for me now. Again, like, my hair makes me feel really dysphoric. I always had it shaved. Like, in the last couple of years, I've always shaved it completely off. And Dennis didn't like it like that. And, of course, the second Dennis dies is the second I grow it out, which is kind of stupid when you think about it, because it's like, why didn't you do this the whole entire time? I am dysphoric about hair on my head. It does feel uncomfortable. I don't know what I want to do. I just want to try and experience and experiment new things. So everything about me has changed. Everything about me is going to continue to change. And I guess I'm just ready for change. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm not a person that can handle change very well. But I think I've handled a lot of change in a very short amount of time. I mean, between moving twice to 2 different states, to having a sick man in a hospital over 7 times, to him dying, to transitioning, to dealing with the transition and everything that life is throwing at me all at one time. And, you know, so maybe I'm ready for change. I guess so. There's nothing I can do to stop it, really. Unless I wanted to just hide at home with you every day. So, I kind of like the sweatshirt. This is a new shirt. I like the shirts that have, like, this one doesn't have the pocket at the bottom. His does. I'm kind of jealous of your shirt. I wish it was bigger, because I'd wear this. But I got it for him, because he's cute. And, it has the pocket, and I like the pocket, but I like the hood. You know, this is something that, you know. Now, speaking of hoods and shirts and stuff like that, testosterone has changed. Now, I have what's called Raynaud's disease, and that affects how you regulate your body temperature. But, oh my god, once I started testosterone, I am sweating, I am stinking, I am sweating, really sweating, just really hot. I can't even say it's always the sweat, it's really just like I get these hot flashes, and I'm really hot, and I had to put the AC down today at 63. My mom walks in here. She's like, it's freezing in here. So I couldn't even feel it. Like, right now, I can't feel it. Like, I have the AC going when I'm taking a shower. Like, it's just constantly, I leave it on. I'm hot. It's different. It's uncomfortable. If I go into a place that's even remotely warm, I'm just like sweating. And right now I'm okay about sweating because when you sweat, you actually lose something and you lose fat that way, I think. So I'll sweat all I want. I think sweating's a good thing. One thing I do like about swimming, though, is that you don't have to worry about sweating because you can just continue working out and you're not sweating and stinking and all that stuff. And then you can go take a shower, get that stuff off you, and you put new clothes on and you're good to go. So, I know I need to get a different bag. The bag I have, I need one that, like, you can just, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but I don't know how to explain it. But I do want to go back and swim. I think for, like, once I can start going swimming again after top surgery, which is going to probably be, like, towards my birthday, because that's, like, May. I'm definitely, I mean, you have to get full motion back in your arms, which might take a little while. People say they walk around like I can't move my arms, but I do the breaststroke anyways. I can't do the over. I mean, I do sometimes, but the breaststroke I can do probably a little easier. So I would definitely want to get back into the pool around that time. I also would want to, I'm hoping I can go back into PT because they're the ones that really help me decide what's best for my body, like what I should do, what I shouldn't do, what I should stay away from, and also help me regain what I'm gonna lose after top surgery. And when I spoke to my back doctor, told him about what was going on and how concerned I was about PT, you know, like after surgery and stuff, and if she would be willing to help me get back into PT because of my back, or did she even think I would need that? And she most likely, you know, she was saying that most likely I will, because of all the problems I do have, and but that she doesn't feel comfortable without getting a clearance from the top surgeon. But I am also going to ask the top surgeon about physical therapy and if I can and when and that kind of stuff. So he may say you don't need it, and I'll be like, well, can you let me know when you can approve me to do physical therapy again so my back doctor can do it, because I need to do it for my back as well. Like, it has to be done. And I'm not worried at all about the actual surgery part. I'm more concerned about how I'm gonna do, because I think you gotta sit up. So I'm gonna have to be sleeping on my couch, which I don't do well sitting up. I don't sleep well. It hurts my back. I can't, you know, like, stay in the same position for too long. So that's the part I'm concerned about more than anything, is discomfort. If I can sleep. And actually, that's the other thing that I might do before top surgery. I might have my bed go in front of the couch and the couch go back there during that time. So it's easier for people to care for me, because I might actually have to be on my bed and use pillows to sit me up instead. So that might work better for me. Yeah, that's really all I can tell you. I mean, I feel bad for whoever's gonna have to sleep here. I mean, they can sleep on my couch, or I have another thing that they could sleep in the other room with, but I don't know. Actually, I should probably keep that for that time, and then bring it here before top surgery, Then that way, the other room, I don't know if my mom's gonna feel comfortable sleeping with you guys in that room, but it can't be that bad, can it? You know, so we will see. So that's really it. I mean, that's really what I'm concerned about, but that's probably what I'll end up having to do, because I'm not going to be doing anything else, and I can have the couch back there during that time, and so I'd be able to sit on my couch and recline during the day, so I'll have it set so I can do that, but that also have it where I could go back into my bed if I wanted to. The TV's right there, so I don't know what I want to do about this TV back here. I almost want to use that as a monitor, and then just figure out a way to basically use that and another screen as a monitor. So I'm trying to figure that out. We don't quite know how we're going to go about that. And there's not a lot of room in here, so trying to find a place for a computer is not easy. So, but I can't sit and do computer stuff because there's no place to sit in front of the computer to do that. So, kind of, but not really. So, we will see. I think what has to happen is that thing has to come closer this way, but we'll deal with that when it comes. Anyways, that's really it. I don't know what else to talk to you about dysphoria about, but I thought I would talk to you a little bit about that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like down below, say hi to Javian, and feel free to leave me any comments. If you have any concerns, you are transgender, feel free to comment. Even if you're not, feel free to comment. And thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you guys back here the next time.